I'm Maritza Costa, founder and chairman of the board of directors of Virtutum Populo Incorporated, and this is where civic ideas come to life. Let's do it. Hello, and welcome to Season 2, Episode 5 of the Civic Action Podcast, the voice of the next generation. My name is Maritz, founder of Virtutum Populo, which means power to the people in Latin. We're a 501c3 nonprofit organization dedicated to promoting civic engagement and community involvement among youth in Miami-Dade County. And today I have a very, very special guest with me, and that is Erin Sicker, the CEO of the Foundation for New Education Initiatives. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me. I'm thrilled to be here.
Awesome. And it's your first podcast, I hear.
This is my first podcast, so I wasn't sure what to expect, but I'm very impressed. And I'm looking forward to it.
And we're excited to have you here. So first things first, tell us a little bit about yourself and what the Foundation for New Education Initiatives is.
Sure. So as you said, my name is Erin Sicker, and I am the CEO of the Foundation for New Education Initiatives. We are the 501c3 that is the direct support organization for Miami-Dade County Public Schools. So we raise funds for programs and initiatives within Miami-Dade County Public Schools that are not funded by taxpayer dollars. So we step in where the tax dollars stop.
Okay. And so a lot of our viewers are students that go to Miami-Dade County Public Schools. Mm-hmm. What are some of these programs and events that they may have heard of that the foundation runs?
Absolutely. So if you have ever participated in a cultural passport program where maybe you took a bus during school and went to a performance at the Adrian Arch Center, or you went to a museum here within Miami-Dade County, that's a program that we fund called the Cultural Passport Program. We have a huge program that we're very proud of that we are part of the collaborative for, which is the Summer Youth Internship Program. So if you're in high school and you participated in a paid internship this summer, chances are that was through the Summer Youth Internship Program, which is one of the programs that we support. We have programs for underprivileged students in Title I schools. We have marketplaces, which are basically food pantries located within schools where students can go and get supplies and food, etc. We have scholarships. We help with the Prom Boutique. I don't know if any of your listeners are familiar with the Prom Boutique. That's a great program where students can go during prom season and get everything from the shoes to the dress to the suit to the tie to the jewelry, everything. So we have a lot of different programs that we fund. Those are just a few of them.
Awesome. And obviously, I knew a lot about the foundation, but I didn't know, is it the Cultural Passport?
Yes.
So when I was in 6th or 7th grade, I took a field trip to the Adrian Arch Center to watch, it was a performance, I think it was about the Wright brothers.
Okay.
And
yes, that's a big one.
So I didn't know that was funded by you all, which is awesome.
Yes.
And then our viewers, if you're watching, you can remember from episode 2, we had Dr. Dultris on, the superintendent of MDCPS, and he spoke a lot about the Summer Youth Internship Program and the opportunities that could be. So hopefully all of you all participated this summer. And if not, if you are a freshman through junior, right, or senior, just not you can't have graduated already.
You cannot have graduated. You can be a rising senior.
Right. Then apply. And for our business leaders that are watching, sign up to host some interns, right? It's a great way to give back to the community. We have so many amazing businesses that participate, right?
There were over 900 locations this year where students interned, and this was our largest year ever. We had over 3,600 student interns. And again, it's a paid internship. We had 2 in our office, and when I tell you these kids were amazing, they were so sweet. On their last day, they made up a story and we all had to leave the office, and then we came back and they had decorated the office for us and had cake for us, and I'm like, I should be thanking you. They were so amazing. Nice. So it's really a great program, and for the employers, as you said, it's a great opportunity to build your future talent workforce, right? Yep. Let's start these students early. There's so much talent here.
Absolutely. Another program which you haven't mentioned, which I know you guys do, is the 5K.
Yes.
So, I'm sure a lot of our students watching have heard about it. Your principal's probably promoted it at your school. I know my principal spent like a week talking about it every day, telling students to register. What is the 5K and when's the next one happening?
Oh, thank you for asking. So we have the Superintendent's 5K Challenge Race for Education, and that is hosted by the Foundation for New Education Initiatives. We are having the race this year on March 7th, 2026. It starts at Maurice Ferrer Park. It's an amazing day. Last year we had over 7,000 runners.
Wow.
And the thing that students need to remember is the race registration fees go back to your school. So start a team, host a team, get your friends to run, get your friends to sign up early because the registration rates are lower at the beginning, but the proceeds go back to your school. So it's not only a great day, it's a way to give back, it's a way to help your school. And this year, we're making it bigger and better than ever. We're going to have a race village, and we're going to have food, and we're going to have games. So it's not just go, run, and then leave. It's go, run, take your picture with the superintendent. And it's the most beautiful Miami location because it's right downtown on the waterfront. And then you run over the bridge, and we have races for the young kids. So, we start as little as 5 and they can do a kids dash, and then there's a mile race. And last year the kids were running and they got distracted because there were dolphins in the water. Oh, wow. It was like a Miami Beach Chamber of Commerce day. So awesome. Come out, register. We are going to be opening registration in September. Ask your principals about it and register early.
And the fee for students, I think, it's like lower, right?
Yes.
So
it'll be lower, and we will post all those fees.
Yes, please register, and your families too, right? It's a family event. Your parents, your uncles, abuela, abuelo.
Anyone can run. You don't have to be affiliated with a school. So bring your family, bring everyone, and even if they're not going to run, if you want to run, bring your family and come and eat at the food trucks.
Yep.
So.
And because I was in high school just a few months ago, and I know how a lot of our students think. So for any of you watching that are in like something like the National Honor Society or in Key Club, any of these clubs, this is a great community service opportunity too, because that's what it is, right? It's giving back. So if you are an officer or a member of your Key Club, of your National Honor Society, talk to your sponsor and talk to your other officers, and maybe you sign up a team of your club and you guys can all go and make this part of one of your service activities that you guys complete. So just giving you guys some ideas.
And we will gladly give service hours. We are always in need of volunteers. So, lots of fun things. Last year, there was a team of students standing with the superintendent, handing him medals because he was putting the medals on everyone. And everyone was like, can I get a picture? I have to show that I was here. Can I get a picture with the superintendent? I'm like, we got you.
That's awesome. So you've been at the foundation now how long?
10 months.
10 months.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
So then I thought you were there way longer.
No.
I may have met you then right when you came on.
You did. I met you right when I started, and those few months are a blur.
Okay.
So this year's been a blur, but it's been amazing.
So tell us, who is Erin Sicker? I mean, what is, tell the students. We love to have our guests tell our viewers about their experience, so hopefully our students can learn from that as well. Many of them are considering different careers. Mm-hmm. What is your background in?
So I'm not from Miami. I grew up outside of Boston, Massachusetts. Oh, no way. So little different weather than here. Yeah. I went to school in Washington, D.C. at Catholic University, and I was a poli-sci major, and I thought I was going to go to law school. And then I said, well, let me take a break. Don't take a break. If you're going to continue on, don't take a break, because I never went back to law school. But I did find my way into fundraising and working for nonprofits. And that's really what makes me happy. And so my advice to students, 2 things. If you can, don't take a break between college years or college and grad school, because it's very hard to go back. And do what it takes to find something that you're passionate about, because if you're passionate about it, it'll make it easier, and life's short. You need to be happy.
Very important. I didn't know you were from Massachusetts.
I am from Massachusetts, and I was in school in Washington, D.C., and then I stayed in Washington, D.C., and I had never been to Miami.
Wow.
And my husband, who wasn't even my husband at the time, had gotten a job opportunity here in Miami. And he was like, do you want to move to Miami? And I was silly and young and was like, sure. And I had never been here. And it was a bit of a culture shock. But now I love it and it's home.
Yep. Now you're an adopted Miami.
I guess so. I guess so. It's home. I have two sons. They are 305 till they die. They are absolutely born and bred Miami boys, and so this is our new home. Although not so new because it's been 26 years.
Well, you're gonna have to get me tips for Boston. You know I'm leaving in
I
2
know.
weeks. I didn't know that.
Okay, these are my tips.
Yeah.
Warm clothes.
Yes.
Because it's gonna be cold. Boots,
Yes.
boots, hats, jackets. But it's amazing, and it's such a great place to go to college. It's such a great college town, and Harvard is amazing. You'll have the best,
I'm very
the best
excited.
experience.
I'm glad to hear. I think I'm gonna have a hard time adjusting to the cold, but I'll be used to it.
So you'll get there, and you'll be like, "Oh, this is great," and then September's beautiful, and October's beautiful, and November you're gonna start going, "Oh, okay," and then December, but it's January, February, a bit of a slog, and then when it's still cold in March and April. I remember being there one year and it snowed on May 2nd. So
wow,
that's unusual, though. I feel like the world is getting warmer, so maybe it's not as cold as I remember. But lots of warm clothes, and then in the winter it gets dark at like 4 o'clock. So.
Well, sacrifice.
Yeah, you'll be amazing. It's an amazing place.
So pivoting to the fundraising aspect, because I know your experience is in that. So a lot of our viewers, a lot of students, they're students that are starting their own projects, that are wanting to make a difference in the community, starting their own type of missions. And I always tell the students, when I started Virtues and Populo, my biggest struggle was fundraising. And it took a lot for us to get to the point where we are now 3 years later, where we have reliable sponsors that we can depend on, that believe in our mission, that know we put up quality events, and they're willing to give us that financial support every year. But for the first few months, even the first year, it was really hard, especially as a student, because there's like a lower credibility standard there, right?
Sure.
So a lot of students reach out to me asking for advice, and I always tell them, just start reaching out, emailing, see what you can do. I'll tell you, and I say this story often, maybe it's not a good idea, but for the first few months, I would not get any answers to any of my emails. And I was emailing dozens of people a day, often Miami companies in the area. Actually, I would use big organizations like yours or like the United Way and go to their galas and see who their sponsors were and email them, since I knew, they were in the area.
Smart.
But at one point, I just stopped hearing back. And so I actually took out from all my emails that I was a student. And I would just say, hi, I'm Maritz. I run this nonprofit. Here's our program. Here's our sponsorship deck. And that's how I got my first meeting with EdFed, with the Educational Federal Credit Union. So their vice president of community relations answers, okay, interested, let's set up a Zoom. So we get on the Zoom. It's him, his boss, the senior vice president, and then me. And we turn cameras on. And if I look young now, imagine 3 years ago.
Oh, my God.
So we turned cameras on, and they were kind of shocked. But they heard me out. They let me speak. And they said, we're in. And then they were in the year after that. And they were in the year after that. And then when we started our gala, I reached out to them because that was for our civics game show. We host a civics game show where we have high school students compete against each other about civics, but it's like a TV show, like Jeopardy. And we have the district director of social sciences from MDCPS. He's the game show host. Oh, so and we fun. We bust out middle schools to cheer. It's like a full-on game. So they sponsored that. And then when we started our gala, I reached out to them, and year after year, they were in. So I guess it took that for me to get in. And then since there, we've gotten a lot more sponsors. But what's your advice to students who need some type of funding? Grants typically are hard to get to, especially when you're competing. If you end up doing, for students who do the 501c3 process, now you're competing for grants with some foundations that have employees, right? So it's hard. What advice would you give to just a student trying out? A lot of students don't need a lot of money for their projects, but they want to put together a pantry, a food drive, a couple $100. What's your main piece of advice?
So first of all, I'm so impressed that of the fundraising that you all do to begin with, because it's a tough job to do. But fundraising is about relationships, right? So you said you have EdFed now. Keep them happy by keeping into contact with them. Send them pictures. Let them know where their sponsorship dollars are going. funders want to know where their money's going. Send them thank you notes. Send them thank you notes written from your classmates, written from students that have been affected by it. So once you get a funder, make sure to steward them properly, keep them happy, and show them where their money is going, because that will make them want to invest again the next year. Getting new sponsors, what you did, amazing. And kudos to you for taking the student out of your email, because people should respond to students, but
They don't.
They sometimes don't. But use your relationships. Any student can reach out to me, and I will happily introduce you. I have used board members. Sometimes people don't respond to me. It happens all the time. There's been times that I have asked board members, send a warm email, just introduce me, because if they hear from someone they know that the foundation is doing great work, they'll be more likely to respond. Use your connections. I've asked the superintendent to make a call or to send an email, because guess what? People are going to respond to the superintendent of Miami-Dade County Public Schools. So use your connections. It's a numbers game. The more emails you send out, the better. Yep. Get on the phone. It's just about building the connections, and once you get that foot in the door, you guys are amazing. You'll be fine.
I absolutely agree, and you made a point of like sending the thank you note. Something I tell students, and I want to reiterate this for any viewers, is when you meet people, you need to follow up with them, because if not, you lose contact, right? I feel like a lot of students, they struggle with the follow-up.
Right.
You need to follow up, send an email, or even for those of you who have LinkedIn, if you don't, you should make a LinkedIn. Yes. Never too early to start, and it's a good way to keep track of your connections, right?
Absolutely. Get a LinkedIn, start early, and follow these organizations, these potential sponsors on LinkedIn, because then you'll see what they're doing, and you'll see, oh, they just funded this. Well, maybe they'll fund my program that's similar. You can see what their funding priorities are through their LinkedIn. So absolutely get a LinkedIn, and absolutely thank them with a written thank you, with an email, and pictures. They love pictures. Because they want to see, oh my gosh, look at the smiling face on that student. Look what our money got. That our money helped the student this way. That's what they want.
So there you guys have it from a fundraising expert, some tips for you all. And also for a lot of students who want to start and they don't know where, I want to remind you all that Virtutum Populo has a youth empowerment program where every year we give away 5 $200 mini grants for students to start their own projects. And you'll be hearing in this season and next season from some of these youth winners. But we funded a lot of work of students trying to start things in their community, and we're going to start the application cycle for the next round of our grants soon. So be on our website, follow us on social media, and because we want to fund your work, and we know that students have big dreams, big ideas, and we want to make those a reality. So stay tuned to that. So now you're in education, right? In a way.
Yes, in a way.
In a way. Why do you think it's important for young people to be involved in education leadership, education policy, or just like also the behind the scenes? Because obviously students are those who receive benefit from education. Mm-hmm. But do you think there's a value to also having them be involved in other discussions regarding education of maybe, for example, our school board, this, I was the student advisor to the school board.
Yes.
I don't know if you know this, but only 5 counties in Florida have a student advisor.
I didn't know that.
Out of 67.
Wow.
Which is something we're trying to change as well as our organization. But I guess, and we were talking earlier behind the scenes as well of the impact that students could make on even your work, of giving you advice or ideas.
Absolutely.
What do you think about that? What value do you see there?
So students are the experts in their own education, right?
Right.
You know what you like, how you learn, what's important to you. So be that voice. Getting involved is key. Start small. What you all have done is amazing, but you probably started small.
Very small. Yeah.
Right? So start small. Find some students, some friends who are passionate about the same thing or concerned about the same thing as you are. Find a teacher, find a guidance counselor, someone that can help you. Reach out to the foundation. We're happy to help in any way that we can. That's what we're here for. So start small, don't feel like you have to change the world in one day, but change starts individually.
Absolutely. Rome wasn't built in a day.
It was not.
Right?
It
So
was.
start small. I tell that to students all the time.
It was not. And you can't get frustrated. I mean, there are times, like I've come home, I'm like, oh, we didn't get to do this today, but but you have to look at what you did get to do today and what you did, and that will help you put your head on the pillow and put a smile on your face knowing that you helped someone or you made a change and you made this world better.
And remember that there's always tomorrow, too.
Always tomorrow.
Especially for us, right? We still have a lot
Yeah, you have a lot more years than I do. So
yeah, take things slow. Well, I just want to thank you so much for doing this, taking time out of your busy schedule, for being here. For our students who want to learn more about the foundation, where can they find more?
Absolutely. So please follow us on LinkedIn. We are on Instagram. Feel free, I don't know if you post my email or anything like that, but feel free to reach out to us.
Reach out. If anyone wants to reach out to us, we would be more than happy to connect you.
Yes. The website is fneigives.org. All of our contact information is there. And yes, please follow us on LinkedIn and create your own LinkedIn page.
Absolutely.
Don't wait.
Well, that has been Erin Sicker on the Civic Action Podcast, the voice of the next generation. Thanks so much for being here, and thank you all for watching.